Okay, so now we know how to figure out if something's in motion or not. The next logical thing is to ask how fast something is going. Well, in Galileo time, they used to say things were either going fast or slow. That's what they used, fast or slow. Was it going fast? Was it going slow? And that was it. And Galileo said, wait a minute, there's more to describing speed than the words fast and slow. Speed has two components. Speed is the distance that's covered and the time that it takes to cover that distance. He said there's two really important things. And that was very different in those days. People hadn't thought in those terms. Now it's natural to us, but at that point it wasn't. That was very, very much different and advanced thinking. So let's talk a little bit about speed. Speed is a mathematical relationship. It's actually distance divided by time. Yes, you push that division key on your calculator to do this. Speed is distance divided by time. So what kind of units is it measured in? Well, any units that are distance, like miles, centimeters, meters, kilometers, and divided by any units that are time, like hours, days, seconds, or centuries. So speed is distance divided by time. It could be miles per hour, kilometers per hour, centimeters per day, meters per second, or light years. Yes, that is a distance. Light years per century. And when we see that line, we say the word per, P-E-R. You all know miles per hour, so that should be a really easy way for you to remember what it's called. Again, it's a mathematical relationship. Speed, though, average speed, which we're going to talk about in just a minute, is totally different than instantaneous speed. So I want to just kind of touch on instantaneous speed. Do you see the word instant in instantaneous? That gives you a clue what instantaneous speed is. It's how fast you're going at an instant in time. And an instant is defined as an immeasurably small period of time. It's so small you can't measure it. So let's say, for instance, you're going to your grandmother's house and you're driving at 45 miles per hour, but you get stopped at a red light. Well, at that instant, your speed is 0. And then you leave the red light. You don't suddenly go from 0 to 45, boom, you're there. You have to work your way up to 45. It may not take very long, but if we checked your speed at any instant after you left that red light, it wouldn't be 45 miles per hour and it wouldn't be 0. It would be somewhere in between. So that's what instantaneous speed is, how fast you're going at a specific instant in time. What we generally refer to as average speed. And I know you're used to averages. You know, like if I said, what's the average, what's your average in science? You would take all of your tests and add them up and divide by how many tests you had. Well, average speed is not quite calculated the same way. It can be if you have all the instantaneous speeds, but there's no way to get those. So average speed is mathematically defined as the total distance divided by the total time. Let's say you're going to California. Let's say it's 400 miles away where you're going. And it takes you, I don't know, let's say it takes you 5 hours. So 400 miles is your total distance, 5 hours is your total time. What would that make your average speed? Go ahead and use your calculator and figure it out. 400 miles divided by 5 hours. Yep, you're going a little fast. That should have come out to 80 miles per hour. A little bit over the speed limit, probably shouldn't be doing that. So I use what I call the magic triangle of speed to help me remember, because sometimes you're looking for speed, sometimes you want time, and sometimes you want distance. So make your triangle, cut it into 3 sections. Speed is distance divided by time. Speed is distance divided by time. So if I want speed, I'm going to cover up the S, and you'll see I have D over T, distance divided by time. If I want distance, you cover up the D, and you see it's speed times time. Now, those of you taking more advanced math can do this mathematically without a problem. Those of you who aren't can go ahead and use the triangle of speed, and that should help you. So you cover up what you're looking for. If they're next to each other, you multiply. If they're on top of one another, you divide. So total distance would be average speed divided by total time. And of course, there's one more that we want to look at. This is time. So if you're looking for time, you cover up time. How do you find time? It's total distance divided by average speed. That's going to tell you the total time. The magic triangle of speed. Speed is distance divided by time.